Well, good morning, my gardening friends. Thank you for tuning back in. This is part 2 of my June garden tour. And I thought we'd check out this beautiful hydrangea again before we pick up where we left off. So sunny today, so I'm hoping everything comes out good on this video. I know how the sun can kind of wash out the colors and stuff, but oh well. So, you may remember in previous videos that this little area here is a work in progress, and I wanted to do picket fence around it. This kind of picket fence, not that. And we were at the Peddler's Mall last weekend and saw these picket fence pieces for $16 a piece. So I had to get them. I thought that was a pretty good deal for each of those, and especially if you love picket fence like I do. But I will not be keeping them red. They will be white, kind of whitewashed look to go with our country primitive cottage theme. Now we're going to pan over here to our garden bed, our vegetables. In here I just threw in some zinnias down for the pollinators. I've got a couple of sugar baby watermelons in here. Thanks to the heat, the squash is really taking off now. I don't have any yet, but I cannot wait to pick some fresh squash and fry it up. I love fried squash. Also, in here are green beans. Two pepper plants, and then 3 tomatoes. I think one of them is Celebrity, Better Girl, and I forget the variety of this one. Naturally. But it looks like it's coming along pretty good. In here are a couple of pumpkin plants. And of course I need to get these weeds out of here. That is an ongoing thing for us gardeners, is the weeds. And here is a strawberry plant. I love strawberries as well. These lime green things are, I just put extra runner beans, scarlet runner beans with the orange flower. So I'm hoping they'll kind of go up this. This used to be an old swing thing that was left here by the previous owners. You can see the corn. This is the ornamental corn. So it'll be the decorative corn for fall. And then on this end is a bunch of sunflowers. I probably should have thinned them, but hopefully they'll do okay. These are the big mammoth. Edgar is still in the show here. I don't know what he's trying to do. But anyway, these are the big sunflowers that get like a foot or 16 inches across. And I'm also growing them for the birds, because the birds love sunflower seeds. Still loving my farmhouse tub fountain. My husband put these rubber duckies in here. Sorry. Needs to be filled up soon. So around this, or in the back I should say, these are the champagne hollyhocks. Sorry, mosquitoes are out. So this will be a nice peach color hollyhock in the back. Probably not able to see any of this because of the sun. Apologize for that. Now down along the front here, in here I have seeded some blue not marigolds. Why do I always get those confused? Morning glories. Wow. So along the future picket fence here will be the blue morning glories. On the inside of the fence, I've got the purple salvia. You can't see it now, but because the weeds and the grass have taken over. But this will be mulched soon. So I will have purple salvia along the picket fence. Some dahlias in here. I think these are the white and blue variety. This was the barberry that was in the corner beside the driveway and the sidewalk. And it looks like it's struggling a little bit, but hopefully it'll bounce back. I know the other one I moved bounced back. So I probably should have cut it back a little bit to save on the energy. So I'll have picket fence through here and all the way around. There will be an opening right here, and this is going to be a sitting area. So I'll have like a metal bistro table and chairs or something like that. Nothing modern. I would love to be able to find an old table and chair bench set to put here, an antique one. So on the inside of the picket fence here we have our blue, I think these are the blue and white one, dahlias. They're already getting buds. Zinnias, I did not plant these this year, so these were seeds that had just dropped from last year. Also in this gravel area, you might remember in the last video, some blue Victoria salvias was coming up, and here's a few more of them. So I pulled those up and transplanted them out there. Blue bachelor buttons, I did see these this year. And this is the first year that they've actually done decent for me so far. Another little row of them. These little guys here are the balsam. You might remember me talking about those. My grandma had them. I think this was one of the first little flowers that she gave me when I was a kid to plant at home, and I just thought they were so neat because of their seed heads. You can pinch the seed heads and they kind of twist out and the seeds fall everywhere, but they will get flowers on them in shades of pink and white. They do reseed pretty quickly and take over, but I like them. They're easy to pull if they come up somewhere where you don't want them, but they're kind of sentimental too. Here's a little chunk of the tick seed. Again, if the sun wasn't so bright, the colors would come out better. I couldn't do part 2 yesterday because it started to storm. We have just had off and on storms and rain this week. Primrose still giving me some flowers. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but the plumbago plant looks really happy here. I had this in the front circle garden, and this was transplanted last week. And then another dahlia here. A little update on this container here. Love this urn. I got the urn from Tuesday morning. In here we have Wizard Jade Coleus, Red Velvet Coleus, and nasturtiums. And these nasturtiums will have burgundy flowers on them. So the Coleus was started back in February this year. I started those indoors along with a bunch of other stuff. You all may have seen that video. But yeah, I would definitely be growing a lot more Coleus next year. I'm kind of addicted now. Along the base here of the fence, we have ground cover ajuga. I thought about even planting some here on the other side to have it on both sides of the sidewalk. I don't mind it taking over. I kind of like that cottagey, overgrown feel. Same thing on the other side. Alright, let's go in here and check out the backyard. So the first thing I have to stop and show you is these beautiful Bathsheba David Austin roses. These are the new ones I purchased this spring. They're absolutely gorgeous. Now this is the climbing variety. Let's see if I don't know if they're scented or not. They have a very, very light scent, but absolutely gorgeous. I'm so excited about these, and I'm actually shocked that I got blooms in the first year. These guys came as bare root roses. So those will be growing along the fence here, hopefully intertwining. I have another one that's not bloomed yet, but it's got buds on it. There's another one there. Man, that sun is really washing all this out, all the color. But in here are my salvias. I've alternated salvia and lamb's ear. There is a pink daylily there, but just check out all the bees over here in this garden. On the salvias, there's Veronica, the white, Veronica Speedwell. Little happy bees there. Finishing up the flowers on the lamb's ear here. And in a couple days or so, this will be chopped back. I'll clean that up a bit so that the Speedwell and Veronica can be seen. So the columbine is done, and it's going to seed, and I will let that just drop everywhere in here. You can probably tell I got in here and cleaned all the weeds out. This gorgeous larkspur. And I will let that seed everywhere as well. Very pretty. Daylily. I wasn't sure what color these daylilies were going to be. I thought if they were like, I don't know, red or something like that, I would move them, but I kind of like the pink in here. Not sure which way to go, guys. So over here we have more yellow daylilies. Get my fingers out of the way there. So this curve here of the main flower bed is full of daylilies. And this is that love it, hate it loosestrife, white neck. Or white neck, gooseneck white loosestrife. Some blue, black and blue salvia here. I'm wondering if I'm going to have to move this because I don't see any more growth or blooms on it. May have to put that in more sun. In the bird cage here, we have white Super Bell, I think. Yeah. More of those pink daylilies. Lots and lots of gladius this year. Ones from, you know, the past couple years, plus I planted probably about 40 or 50 more this season. Big ears, lamb's ear, and the alyssum, snow in the summer. Is blooming. This beautiful pink coneflower there. Echinacea. Lots and lots of buds on the daylilies this year. We've got phlox in here as well. So that'll be later on. White coneflower. This is probably my favorite coneflower. I just love white blooming flowers. There's a little bee on it. White coneflower. More phlox in there. I seeded some Mexican sunflower in there. You might be able to see the tag back there. And some of you that are new or just tuning in, this is your first video, there used to be a really big holly tree right here that we took out this spring. We would love to get this guy out of here. We had someone, Lopez, tree service here in Louisville, which was supposed to be the best of Louisville, and they were too scared to do it. They were afraid it was gonna fall apart and hit our fence, but I mean, I don't know. I guess if you're in the tree business, you should know what you're doing. Also, I would think you would be insured if anything like that did happen, but anyway, we're still searching for someone to come in and get the job done. Blue, spiderwort, the blue. And I had all kinds of that in this garden, but I'm not sure what happened to it. So I'll be adding more of that. Sorry for the background noise. I'll be adding more of the spiderwort in here because I love that blue. You guys know I love blue. I think these are tiger lilies. Yeah, tiger lilies are blooming. I guess it's good that I waited today because they weren't in bloom yesterday. This canthus grass. This alyssum here, sorry about my shadow. This alyssum here isn't taken off as well. Try to get my shadow out of there, y'all. Put some red coleus in there next to the lamb's ear. More phlox. The hibiscus is really coming along. Also